All right, we got it empty finally. Chances in there blowing out the trash. And then the chain just decided to jump off. So the tensioner was loose on it. Tractors. Not all riding in tractors is a chance. Nope. This is a 400 bushel John Deere grain cart. This is big enough for us. We don't do a couple hundred acres. And I have an older 6630 combine, so it takes a minute to fill it anyway. By the time we haul it and dump it, more than enough time. Maybe later in life we'll get some bigger ones, but if you don't get all that out of there, it'll spoil and mildew and rot and everything else. Oh, anyway, the clouds moved over finally. The sun's trying to come back out, which is not good. We'd rather have the rain. It's been one of those years. Anyway, I'll get some footage. We're about to hook up to the grain drill. I'll get some footage of us doing some drilling. All right, we're done with the grain cart finally, and we're about to put it away for the winter. We're gonna unhook it. We have decided, I used to own a trucking company, which is no longer in business anymore. We closed it down, but after 13 years, we decided to keep a couple of the trucks for our hay and equipment operation. So here's a little sneak peek at one of them. That's all I'll do for now. It needs an engine, and we found another engine replacement for it, so we're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff on that. Anyways, Chance has got it put up, and it's getting windier, but I'm gonna start doing some disking drilling. So we're out doing some wheat drilling. It's actually the next day. We had a hole in one of the tires, ran over something out here in the field and it jabbed a hole in the tire. My tires are full of beet juice we use for weight. It's 11 pounds a gallon. It's pretty heavy stuff, and it's not, it isn't bad for the soil if it gets into it, doesn't pollute the soil. So anyway, I had a giant hole in. There's still some up there on the, see those speckles up there when I couldn't get washed off on that bucket, probably can't. But anyway, we're back here doing some drilling. We're doing winter wheat, or wheat in general, but we're doing wheat. We're back here trying to get it finished today. I would have probably been done yesterday, but I didn't have any plug kits with me, so I had to have a friend bring a plug kit over so we can get it plugged and sealed, and then I take it to the house because I had beet juice everywhere. It just sprays out, and the wind was blowing yesterday like 30 miles an hour, so it literally spackled the whole tractor in beet pulp juice. Long story short, I had to take it back to the house and wash it because I wouldn't have been able to see out of any windows or mirrors or anything, and then the dust collects on it and then you can't see nothing. So we're out doing some drilling today. 40 acres. I probably got 20 left, maybe. We're just trying to get this in before Christmas. As long as we get it in here before Christmas in our area, it usually grows out. It's fine. We're using this for seed for next year. This isn't anything we're harvesting for sale or anything. So this is just a field we use to plant seed in for our next crops for next year. But there will be Sudan grass or something like that in this next year. We might try corn out here. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do. But we're trying to get it planted drilled in rather before the end of the season, so we can have a nice yield or nice crop out here this year. So we're gonna do a little footage of us just basically driving around and just putting in some wheat and stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing technical here. We're in the LSMT 573. For those that are watching the channel based on us using the LS tractors. Sorry, I had to switch hands. Starting to YouTube in one hand and bounce and drive a tractor. It is very cold today. It's only 39 degrees. Here in Oklahoma, that stance is pretty cold. Just got a vest on, but it is nice and sunny and the wind's down to about 5 to 10, so much nicer, more tolerable day today, and my seat is squeaking for some reason today. That's all about. Get that fixed later. But anyway, just a little light footage of us doing some drilling. That's our John Deere drill. You can see there on the drill where the tire sprayed it with beet juice. I'll get that done and washed off today once we're done using it. So just trying to make sure all my rows don't get plugged up. They look like they're all flowing. And then I've got another giant bag of seed sitting up there behind a tree. You probably can't see it. For finishing, because I don't think there's enough in here to finish this field. We're putting it on at 21 on the settings, which is 150 pounds an acre. That's how we typically do it. So the gauge settings or opener settings are 21. The levers on them that let the seed out. According to the lid on the drill, that's also where we should have them set. Has the correct diagram in there. But anyway, just a little footage of out playing around today, doing some light farming. Chances still have Mustang cutting the 400 acres. I think he should be done today or tomorrow. And we'll go up there and bale that, get that done. So we'll be back. We're just about finished drilling out here, planting. Winter wheat, only got maybe 10 months left. Had quite a few plugs. A couple of rubber boots broke. Some of the wheat we have is not sifted and clean, and it's got some stuff in it, which usually passes right through this machine anyway. But it's been pretty good so far. We've had it a couple of years now, and it works fine. We're about finished. I can't see that far, but it's pretty far over there. Got all that done in a matter of, well, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. It's been a good day. We're going to finish it up. And we'll be done out here on this 40. Almost to the next one. So we're cultivating and doing some more work. I've got some other videos coming here shortly about some different projects. We have an old semi-truck, one of my fleet trucks out in the trucking company. And we retired some of the fleet trucks. We're going to turn them into hay trucks and equipment hauling trucks. So I'll have some videos coming up on that, and so on and so forth with some other things. But I appreciate anybody who's watching, who watches this boring stuff. But this LSMT 573 has been a really good machine. This one has 1,738 hours on it. The other one's got far more hours on it. I think it's around the 2,100 mark. It's actually in the shop right now. It had a failure on one of the pump gears. Which I guess doesn't happen very often. They don't even supply that part in America. They had to order it from Korea, where these machines are made. So they're covering that. It's actually out of the hours, just barely over the hours. Some warranty work on some of that stuff, but they're going to, LS is going to go ahead and stick up and back it up, stick up for it and back it up. I'm sorry, and cover it. So that's good. And then it had a crack in the turbo. We're not really sure how that happened. It had a flange crack, bypassing some turbo boost pressure out of some of the gauges. We thought it was a little down on power, but it seemed to be running fine. But while they were in there, they had that done, and then they had a valve cover gasket leaking, which I was like $20 for the seals and stuff. So no big deal. They went ahead and slapped that on for me at no charge. They already had it all apart. Bad thing was that the gear drive for both of the pumps they're back-to-back facing pumps, was inside the engine block. I'll try to throw some pictures up on it. I've got it. Oh, actually the timing covered. The 2 bearings front and back. I was just going to change it myself. The dealer told me to bring it up there. They were going to try to take care of it. I buy a lot of LS tractors, and they're very good to me. And I really appreciate my dealership and everybody that works there. Of course, I don't get special treatment or anything like that. It's nothing like that, but they do try to take care of me. I'm sure they want to keep guys like me or other people still buying more LS tractors in the future. So sorry, I'm bouncing around here quite a bit. So they took care of it. Again, the warranty stuff was followed by someone else. I'm sure one of their district managers or reps stood up on that and took care of it. But anyways, whatever. That's one of the issues that was down with. Other than that, it was working fine. I mean, it was pretty major. It wasn't okay. It didn't have any movement. You couldn't move it because that pump drive here actually is what runs the pump for the transmission, which makes the the clutches and stuff work inside the transmission. These have clutch backs on them, and so without that pressure and without that functioning, it didn't have any clutch pressure to function with. So anyway, long story short, they got it fixed. The parts will be here next week. They're gonna have it put back together. We have acquired some more equipment, some different equipment, and we'll be doing some updates with that. We're not done running the LSs by any means. We're going to start some major square belt operations next year, and these will be great for that, making running square belt machines and rakes and stuff. So these tractors have still got plenty of things to do here on our farm. We're going to see how far we can get with them before we sell them. I mean, we're like any farm. We can only use it for so many years, and I mean, I had an Alice Chalmers, an Oliver tractor that had 2,100 hours on it. It was 50 years, 60 years old. These tractors are, this one here's only a little over a year old, 14, 16 months, and they started to get 1,800 almost on it. So, I mean, we use our tractors different nowadays than we did back then. So, these tractors here get used quite a lot. There's probably not a day they don't run. Minimum of an hour to, like, the last 2 days I've probably put 20 hours on this tractor. And that's what we bought them. We bought them to work them, and they do fine. They're turning out to be very good machines. We're not having a lot of trouble with them. If you work them like we do, they're going to break down. I don't care what brand's on the hood. Maybe not as frequently, but I mean, they're all going to break down. So we're working with it. It's working fine for us. But we got some upcoming videos coming. Some other good stuff. I'm going to keep trying to continue to pump out videos and see where it goes. I would be interested in some comments, some stuff you guys would like to see. We have a Terrigator. We haven't got any footage of that. It's actually my partner Jeremy's. You guys do some spraying with still. 3-wheel Terrigator. We still got the giant warehouse. We have to get prepared and ready for next year. It's a World War II military base, old hangar. And then we got to get it ready to go for next year so we can start stacking our square belts in. It's got semi-truck access and everything. There's a video a few videos back of just a little sneak peek of it, but there's still a ton of stuff we've got going on, and we'll try to get some of that up. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel. It went pretty stagnant there for a while. Farming this summer was so crazy. The hay business, it was just hard for us to keep up and make videos at the same time. All right, see you next time. All right, we're gonna finish up today. Got the drill unhooked. Got a couple of hoses that broke. This one here broke. I had to tie something onto to try to get finished through the day. Everything else looks fine. I got a little bit of a hydraulic seal leak or a fitting leak here. We'll address that, but I got to get it power washed anyways to get all that beet juice off of it. There's the tire that had the hole in it. The plug's probably on the bottom, but we plugged it. Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, it shot out yesterday and literally sprayed, beet juice all over the tractor. But we're gonna call it a day. We got everything we needed to be drilled over there, done, and then we'll try to start tomorrow on some hay. We're gonna be doing about 400 acres of baling. So anyway, thanks for watching.